before my wedding with Vincent Moretti,
Made up my mind.
he decided he
Seraphina's
wanted to
going
have a child
my child.
with another woman.
I refused.
But he brought it up incessantly every day. 2 weeks before the wedding, I received an ultrasound image. That was when I found out his first love, Serafina, was already a month pregnant. He had never considered asking for my permission. Right then, years of love shattered like thin ice under a heavy boot. I cancelled the wedding and burned everything connecting us. On my supposed wedding day, I walked straight into the DARPA lab.
I've explained this 1,000 times, Eleanor. Serafina has cancer. She's got 1 year left. I owe her my life. Without her, a rival family would have gunned me down. Her dying wish is a Moretti baby. I have to help her.
I'd heard Vincent repeat that exact same crap 100 times this month. The first time he made that absurd request, I refused. But like a predator fixated on its prey, Vincent never gave up. He went from begging for understanding to barking orders like it was his right. To him, my refusal was a straight-up betrayal of the entire Moretti family. What kind of man repays a life debt by knocking a woman up? This isn't the Middle Ages. A month of non-stop fighting drained me. I didn't have the energy to scream back. I just looked at the man I'd loved for 5 years, my voice shaking.
Vince, we're marrying next month. Now you want a kid with another woman. What about me? What do you take me for?
Ellie, I know this is hard to accept, but this is family duty. It's about honor. Only I can help Serafina, and I won't let her die with regrets. And it's just IVF. I won't even touch her. You love me, so you'll understand, right?
I listened in silence as my heart sank straight into a bottomless abyss. I realized then that Vincent had already made up his mind. Every word he spoke was a notification, not a negotiation. My feelings? Just a speck of dust in his massive empire. Vincent opened his mouth to say more, but his phone rang, interrupting him. He glanced at the screen, stood up, and walked into his soundproof study. I watched his retreating back and let out a bitter, mocking smile. We grew up together on Chicago's South Side. I knew since I was a kid that I loved him the sharpest, most dangerous boy on the block. I stayed by his side, but he never seemed to notice me. Not until college graduation night did he finally look at me and agree to be my boyfriend. By all logic, after 20+ years, we should have been each other's closest confidants. But in 5 years together, I had never touched Vincent's phone, not even once. He always dodged calls when I was around. I still remember when he got shot, burning with a fever in bed, his phone blowing up with encrypted messages. Worried the noise might disturb him, I reached out to flip it to silent. The second my fingers brushed the screen, his eyes snapped open icy grey irises, full of lethal suspicion.
What do you think you're doing?
No matter how Elle said, he didn't believe me,
Get out!
and he kicked me out in a rage. That night, I curled up alone on the couch until dawn. I lied to myself, saying it was just his paranoia as the Moretti heir, that one day I'd break through his walls. 5 years on, the only thing that changed was him wanting a kid with someone else, never sparing a thought for the woman wearing his ring. When Vincent stepped out, his face was glowing with joy. He grabbed his Armani jacket, threw it on, and headed for the door.
I have to go take care of something. Think it over, okay?
As I listened to his hurried footsteps fade away, my heart felt hollow. The only person who could make him this eager was Serafina. Sure enough, minutes later, Serafina's Instagram story updated. I clicked it, and what I saw almost knocked me off my feet. An ultrasound report a positive pregnancy test. Mother's name, Serafina Rosie. The gestational age on that paper made my head spin. It was clearly written, 3 weeks pregnant, meaning over a month ago, Vincent had already done IVF with Serafina. He never intended to talk to me, never cared about my consent. Why then had Vincent spent the last month trying to convince me to clear his own guilty conscience? What exactly did he take me for? I collapsed on the cold marble floor. My heart felt like a fist was squeezing it shut. I could barely breathe. No wonder his eyes were glowing earlier. No wonder he bolted after that call. He already knew Serafina was pregnant. By now, he was probably at the hospital, celebrating with Serafina and her family. I closed my eyes as a wave of pure desolation crushed me. I couldn't believe it. The man I had loved for so many years was now going to become the dad of someone else's kid. Just 2 months ago, he had proposed to me. We were planning a grand wedding next month, one that would be the talk of Chicago. We had already locked down the Vera Wang gown. and booked the grand ballroom. I had been so looking forward to that day, walking down the aisle with him, stepping into our future. But now, those dreams were gone, evaporated into thin air. My phone buzzed, jolting me from my thoughts. It was my professor, Dr. Aya Sharma. I picked it up. Dr. Sharma's sharp voice cut through.
Eleanor, I know you're getting married soon, but I have to ask one last time. Have you reconsidered the DARPA project? You're the most talented student I've ever had. The DoD specifically requested you. Since you're starting a family, they made an exception. You get outside communication once every 2 months to check in with your husband.
I'd known about that top-secret lab buried deep in the Nevada desert. Professor Sharma had scouted me for it, but signing up meant total lockdown until Phase 1 was complete. It could take a year or 2 or stretch into 5. I couldn't bear being away from Vincent for that long, or losing contact, so I turned it down. But now, all I could see in my mind was that ultrasound image. Vincent was already going to be the dad of someone else's kid. If he didn't give a damn about us or this marriage, there was no reason for this wedding to happen.
Dr. Sharma, I'm in. Drop the exceptions, I'll sign the standard blackout tote protocol.
Great. They're going to be thrilled to have you. When can you report? How about a week after the wedding? At least get your honeymoon in.
No need. The day of the wedding will be fine.
My gaze fell on the calendar on the table. Next month, the 10th circled boldly in red marker. 15 days left. This would be my final farewell to 20-odd years of love. In 15 days, we are done. That night, Vincent didn't come home. I didn't ask. Serafina's Instagram spilled it all. She posted a photo. Fresh out of the clinic, they headed straight to the Rosie estate to drop the pregnancy bomb. In the photo, the Rosie godfather, a man whose name alone terrifies all of Chicago, was holding Vincent's hand, whispering something. Vincent's other hand rested on Serafina's stomach, wearing a smile I had never seen on him before. In our 5 years together, Vincent only came home with me once, right after we got engaged. It's a 30-minute drive, but he never went on his own. He didn't do ordinary families, made him uncomfortable. Even that one time, he had been polite but distant, like a king surveying his territory. But in this photo, he was the exact opposite. Warm, relaxed, a part of the Rosie family. It was a side of him I was never allowed to see. I swallowed the bile rising in my throat and killed my phone. The next day, I hit a cafe in Lincoln Park to tell a few college friends the wedding was off. Vincent never wanted a wedding anyway.
Can't you see this is
He thought it was just a pointless circus. I insisted, so he finally gave in for a grand wedding at the cathedral, inviting all the necessary people. Everyone knew how crazy I was about him, so when I dropped the news, they were floored.
Are you crazy, Eleanor? Haven't you loved Vincent Moretti for years? You're this close to ruling the Moretti Empire and you're just walking away?
My best friend Chloe grabbed my hand, disbelief written all over her face. Bitter regret burned in my gut. 20 years. That's how long I chased Vincent, begging for a spot by his side. How could I easily trash the love that consumed my entire youth? It was never a two-way street. From day one, I was always the runner, and he never stopped for me. Not once. I thought it didn't matter. I thought, if I could grind out 20 years to get a ring, winning his heart was just a matter of time. After marriage, we'd have a lifetime together. I could wait for him to finally open up. But everything changed 6 months ago when Serafina appeared. Turns out, Vincent isn't a block of ice to everyone. Around Serafina, his eyes melt. His smiles are real. He never looked at me like that. At first, I convinced myself it was just because she saved him. A matter of mafia code paying back a debt. But then she got cancer, and Vincent agreed to put a Moretti heir in her. I was done lying to myself. He pretended to care what I thought, even though she was pregnant. In that moment, I knew there was no future for us. 20 years of love? I had to cut it out like a rotting tumor. I didn't tell my friends the real reason. I told them I was going off-grid for a classified project. To make it up to them, I stayed and chatted until late, before heading back. I got back to the Hancock penthouse, just as Vincent walked in. He caught the alcohol on me, frowned, and stepped back.
Stay away from me. Don't get that smell on me.
I let out a bitter laugh. He was terrified of carrying that smell back to Serafina. He didn't even bother hiding how much he worshipped her anymore. But since he didn't call me out, I wasn't going to look for trouble either. Saying nothing, I walked straight into the bathroom to shower. When I came out, Vincent was on the couch, smirking at his tablet. I glanced at him and turned for the bedroom, but he cut me off.
Eleanor, we need to talk.
The last time he used that line was a month ago. When he first demanded a kid with Serafina, we fought over it for weeks. Now that she's pregnant, what the hell is left to talk about? Let's cancel with the wedding planner tomorrow. I glanced at the Smithson calendar. Under tomorrow's date, I had written, final confirmation of wedding menu and floral design. I didn't care why he changed his mind. Honestly, I had no intention of marrying him anyway. Even if he hadn't brought it up, I would have found an excuse to stall. Since he did, it saved me the damn trouble.
All right, I'll call and let them know.
The moment the words left my mouth, Vincent felt a sinking sensation. He hadn't expected me to agree so readily. He didn't anticipate that I'd accept his decision so calmly. Vincent's expression grew complicated as he looked at me.
Sarima said she'll never get a wedding of her own. She wants to go to the Amagi coast with me, just to feel what it's like so she can die with no regrets. We leave tomorrow. We'll handle the menu and flowers when I get back.
Vincent's tone was casual, like he was talking about a routine business deal. The exact same nonchalance he used a month ago when he announced he was doing IVF with her. It sounded like a conversation, but it was an order. He was just notifying his subordinate. My lowered gaze hid the sarcasm in my eyes. Vincent had no clue I only had 13 days left in Chicago. There was no later for us.
All right.
Turning back to the bedroom to pack. Since there would be no wedding, I couldn't care less which woman he took on his little getaway. Watching my retreating figure, Vincent felt an inexplicable unease. I was too calm to even question him. All the excuses he'd prepared to shut me down were entirely wasted. But then, Serafina's call came through. He brushed off his doubts, stepped onto the terrace, and answered in his signature, low, smooth Italian. When I woke up the next morning...
We'll be in Amalfi for a week. She's always wanted to see it. Keep the wedding simple. I have 0 time for rehearsals. You decide everything, don't bother asking me.
I swallowed my toast and replied,
All right.
keep it simple. There would be no final menu, no fancy flowers, and no guests. And, naturally, no bride. Vincent shot me a look, unnerved by how quietly and calmly I was eating. That weird feeling hit him again.
After the wedding, let's honeymoon in Greece. I know you've always wanted to see Santorini.
Before, his honeymoon invite would have made my day. I would have planned the whole damn thing in a second. After all, he had never traveled with me. Not once. He always said he hated it, that it was a total waste of time. But now, I just ignored him and chewed my toast. No wedding, no honeymoon. What a joke. Vincent stared, totally stunned, like he wanted to say more. But checking the clock, he rushed out.
We'll talk when I'm back.
I grabbed the calendar and crossed out final confirmation of wedding menu and floral design with a massive X. 12 days left. A photo frame with barely any pictures, a dusty home theatre, the custom Loro piano robes we never wore. For 5 years, I packed this place with stuff, trying to turn a cold cage into a home. But honestly, Vincent hadn't even touched most of it. He always said that even in a relationship, he was Vincent Moretti, and only him. He hated matching stuff, claiming it made him feel tied down like some ordinary person. I snapped out of it and kept sorting. Once I'm gone, this crap will just get in his way. Better to trash it myself, and with it, erase every single trace of us. Vincent didn't show up for a whole week, but I knew his every move, thanks to Serafina plastering her life all over Instagram. It was impossible not to know. Private yachts, cliffside dinners in Positano, and kissing under the Capri sunrise. Through her feed, I saw a totally different side of Vincent. Turns out he can play the doting boyfriend, just never for me. I didn't waste time crying over their honeymoon photos. I just glanced and swiped past. I kept myself busy, spending days clearing out the mountain of junk in the penthouse. I even visited my parents. I told Mr. and Mrs. Hayes that I was going off-grid for a classified project. My dad looked shocked.
But your wedding is about to get married. If you join this, won't this mean living apart?
My mum squeezed my hand.
Think about it, Eleanor. You two worked so hard to get here. I'm afraid you join this project. Vincent might not agree, and then your wedding.
I understood what they meant. For years, they watched me worship Vincent while he treated me like ice. Before the engagement, they gently told me to wake up, saying I meant nothing to him. But back then, I was so sure I could melt his heart and win him over. So, they had reluctantly given their blessing. Now, as the wedding approached, they were worried that if I left, Vincent wouldn't agree. He might call off the engagement. They feared I'd get hurt and wanted me to think carefully. But this time, it was me who had decided to cancel the wedding. When I told my parents, there was a long silence. I kept Vincent's affair and Serafina's pregnancy a secret. The truth would have crushed them, so I just told them I was focusing on my research. My parents exchanged a glance. Seeing I'd made up my mind, they backed me all the way. Finally, my dad sighed, patted my shoulder, and said,
As long as you don't regret it, that's all that matters.
Back home, I called Chloe to help me trash all my packed stuff. The living room was buried in boxes. It took us forever to haul everything down to the dumpster. Just like that, the place was totally stripped bare. Chloe looked around and sighed. She still remembered Vincent's proposal 2 months ago. I was so ecstatic, dragging her to pop champagne all night, bragging that my dream finally came true. And now, just 2 months later, I was calling off the wedding.
God, Eleanor, are you for real? I thought you were just talk crazy when you said you're calling it off. I've watched you obsess over him for years. What the hell happened?
Maybe because I was leaving for good. I just needed to dump it all. I told Chloe everything from this past month, including the fact that Serafina was carrying Vincent's kid. Chloe had been there through it all. Hearing this, she completely lost it.
You gave that bastard everything, and this is how he repays you? He knocked up another woman and expected you to twit? What's wrong with him? Does he have rocks in his head?
I shook my head, swallowing the bitterness.
Who knows? He said Serafina saved his life and he wants to fulfill her every wish.
But you saved his life too. Where is that same energy for you?
I said nothing. Maybe he just didn't love me. But it didn't matter anymore. I was leaving him soon.